It's me. I'm back. So as you can see, this is a video uh, in in related to Diceathon, which was happened in October. But yeah, life happens, and now I'm doing it now. So Alex from Alex Hale, that channel, had this quest of recommending a book, or the question was recommending a book, but she said you could. She said you can recommend several books. So here I am recommending you some books. So yeah, it was honestly kind of difficult. Like even if I'm allowed to recommend more than one book, it's like there's so many good books out there. And the prompt is kind of recommend a book you think everyone should read. Now, to be frank, honestly, Alex, I think really there's no books everyone should read because people are different. Do I think that there are some books that everyone might enjoy? Maybe. But then again, I mean, like, say me, I could enjoy a book. I mean, I feel like most of the books that you enjoy are because a right book, right time. Like, if I read a book that I've really read anything about similar like it before, then it will blow me away. If I read a book that's similar to other books that I've read lots of similar books, it's like, oh, it was decent. So maybe. I mean, these are books that I love. Maybe you won't love them. I mean, that old disclaimer. But yeah, anywho, this is 10 books that kind of showcase the variety of books that I love. Are they all uh like all the 10 books that I would recommend? No, no, I could do this several times over. But I end up with this little pile. And yeah, 10 books. Nine more than one book, but what can you do? It's difficult to stop, really. I mean, if you're gonna do one more than one, why do two or three? Why not do 10? Because how can you choose? You can't. At least I couldn't. Okay, so first we have Heroic Failures, or The Ultimate Book of Heroic Failures by Stephen Pyle. So this is a collection of. So he has several books about heroic failures. This is the latest book with like more added to it than from before. And give me a little moment. It came out in 2011, so it's a few years old now. But still, it's just it's a non-fiction book. Honestly, I would recommend this to people who think like, oh, non-fiction, Snowfest, those are just boring and boring facts and boring dry books. This shows you that nonfiction can be so entertaining and so funny. This is all anecdotes about weird things that really happened. Like the time where a local election in the US, where not one person voted. No one voted. I mean, then. And just the weirdest things happening in the world. There's also like a tidbit about the that football team, soccer team, who lost like 19-1, or they had like so many losses, which also became that movie that Taika Waititi did. I don't remember the name of it right now, but yeah. And Heroic Failures. A great book if you need a laugh, if you need to be entertained, if you want to feel better because there's always someone who has it worse. Yeah, also, just like if you want to pick up a book, read a few pages, put it down, you could check out this book. And yeah, since it came out in 2011, I'm not sure if it's still in print, but I suppose you could probably still find it like used at different places. So yeah, yay for used books. And then we have Planes, Trains, and All the Fields by Livy Hart. This is a contemporary adult romance. I honestly, okay, so I love this book, but it's been a hot minute to read it. I don't quite remember if there's very spicy. I think maybe there's one spice in it, but still, yeah. And I would say it's one of those rom-coms where it's both romantic but also oh so funny. And yeah, I love it so much. Should reread it, but remember loving it very, very much. It came like 2, 3 years ago, so it's kind of a recent read and published and recent release. It's the name. And then we have Invisibility by Andrew Kramer and David Leviathan. This one also randomly came out in 2011. That wasn't on purpose, but that's when it came out. This has a lot of things that I love. It has dual point of view, so yes, like every other chapter switches point of view. It has magic. It has urban fantasy. It has, I'm saying it wrong now. Yeah, prophecy. Uh, and like it's just the best. It's one of those books that makes you smile, laugh, and think. Like it gives you all of the feelings. It makes you one page you think like, my God, the world. That's just a new way to think about the world and it's just wow. You just like wow, so flabbergasted and amazed and like what did the book just say? And then a few chapters later, you're just laughing so much, and then also at point you're so scared, and yeah, gives you all of the feelings, all the feelings. Then we have A Caribbean Heiress in Paris by Adriana Herrera. This one for me, it's kind of showcasing that historical romance does not mean that it has to be a white woman from Kent. Historical romance can be anyone. This is a historical Caribbean romance. Well, the main character is Luz from Caribbean. From Santo Domingo. She falls in love with a Scot. So this has a main character, person of color. It has her also like thriving with making her father's distillery like better mm, a better business, but also finding love. It has sex on top of the Eiffel Tower, which is quite fun. And yeah, this is just such amazing book. I love it so much. I feel like this is a book everyone should read. And honestly, I feel like also if you don't really love historical romance, I feel like you could still love this one because it is just so many aspects that's so interesting and yeah, the best book ever, in my opinion. One of them at least. Then we have Never Duke Well by Alexandre Vasti, another historical romance. Hey, I love that's a genre I love. This one has lots of the characters are English, as often happens, but the male love interest, Peter Kent, is actually from New Orleans. His dad was a duke, but he was raised in New Orleans, and because of life, he inherits. So he's American who inherits a dukedom. Like what? And he has to find a wife because reasons. And yeah, and then Selena tries to help him find love, and they end up finding love with each other. But yeah, this is a very funny book. It has characters who are queer, characters who are Americans, all different amazing characters, and yeah, great, great read. Another book I would say that shows you that historical books doesn't need to be snoozely and boring. I feel like some people feel like historical books are just boring or uninteresting. Historical romance are just white people, cardboard white people who are just boring. It can be so interesting. So no, that's not just it at all. And then we have My Brother is a Superhero by David Solomons. I love this title. I love uh it's just a very funny book. It has like it shows like a great take on brothers and brotherhood. It's about being 9, 11, 12, and what those years are like, but also superheroes. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a science fiction story. And yeah, if you want to laugh, pick up this book. Very good middleweight book. Then we have A Long Shadow by Olivia Atwater. which is the third in this companion series. This one has a mystery, it has a love story, and also, I will also say like it has kind of lots of plot twists, and also at the end there, kind of like these deep, big thoughts. I was like, what? Because at the beginning you think it's something, and then suddenly it just takes a different turn. Like, what happened here? So yeah, it's so good, very good book. And yeah, this book I read this year. So some of these book I have read book. Some of these I read this year. Some I've read earlier. Like Never Duke Well was also a read from this year. Not that you need to know that, but now you do. Then we have The Shamer's Daughter by Lena Coverword. So yeah, this is the Norwegian version, but it's out in English, it's out in Spanish, it's out in all the languages. Well, all languages. A lot of languages. It's a Danish middle grade classic, I would say. Yeah, classic. It came out in 2000s. It's all about what's it all check? Yeah, sorry. Dina, who's a shamer's daughter. So both she and her mom, they can look into your eyes and see all that you're shameful for. So they can't see just like any thoughts. They can see all the things that you are shameful for. So it's not just like thoughts, but like the things that you're shameful that happened to you and that you think. It's just a specific, interesting talent, really. So of course it's kind of very feminist in the space, really, because people are scared of people who can do stuff like that. And it's a 4 book series about fighting the patriarchy and stuff like that. And yeah, very good series. Highly recommended. And then we have Babel by Gaston Dorin, another non-fiction book. This is all about languages in around the world. Sorry, yeah, yeah, around the world. I think I might have. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. So yeah, Babel is a languages around the world, and he also has a book Lingo, all the languages around Europe. They're both quite interesting, and they go into the languages, but also the people, and yeah, interesting, interesting read. We have So Thrilled for You by Holly Bourne. This is an adult contemporary contemporary book because I'm not gonna, I can't really say it's more than that or more than that. It's romance. It has romance, and it's like the romance is more like C plot. I would say maybe I would say like kind of drama book because things are happening. Things are happening, but it's also funny. But I would say it's things are happening and it's funny. And it's also, yeah, it's kind of mystery at the bottom, but it's also about relationships. It's about this friend group and what happened in their past, in the present. And it kind of also would say takes a good look at people like from the outside. You think like, oh, the person at the other side of the street has it so much better than me, and then turns out no one's perfect. No one like the grass isn't always greener. And yeah, this is just such a great read. It'll make you think so much, and yeah, amazing read. So good. Last but not least, we have The Benevolent Society of Ill-Mannered Ladies by Alison Goodman. This is a historical book. I wouldn't say it's historical romance, even though it's romance in there, but it's more like I would say it's more like two sisters fighting patriarchy. Like the people go around saying like, "Oh, you're so old and stupid." They're in the 40s, not that old, but in historical time, I suppose maybe they were. And they end up kind of, I suppose, kind of. If you've seen TV series Leverage, it's kind of the same, where they kind of fight back with their own way. Like they steal back criminal things. They steal back letters that have come awry and stuff like that. The second book kind of gets a bit more dramatic, but yeah, the first book, though it's also dramatic at times, and yeah, very good. So far there's 2 books out in the series. The third book is coming out in a few years. I think there might be 2 more books out, well, coming. At least one more book coming. The third book is going to be taking place in France and Sweden, I believe. So that sounds fun, like around Napoleonic Wars. So yeah, loving that. Looking forward to it so much. And yeah, that is the pile of books that I highly recommend people should check out. That I feel like that you would enjoy for different reasons, one reason or another. And yeah, I hope you do check them out sometime. And I'll see you soon. Bye.